Hey everybody, I'm Dave, and today's episode, what does a piano keyboard have to do with our reality? That's the subject of today's Confessions of an Online Psychic.
And now for another episode of Confessions of an Online Psychic with your host, novelist, filmmaker, and authentic psychic, Dave Thompson.
Hey everybody, I'm Dave, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our reality and the dimensions that make up our known reality, our consensual reality, our physical reality, and the non-physical. But first, shameless self-promotion. I am opening up my one-on-ones to some new students or any returning students who need more help. I can only take a handful. I'm thinking anywhere between 3 to 5. And these one-on-ones are tailored to your specific needs. I don't have a page up that describes what it is. I don't have one of those goofy funnels that everybody talks about in marketing and online marketing. I am not a coach, although I do have quite a few clients who are coaches to other people. And one warning, what I teach you works. What I teach you is simple, and it works. And the other thing, too, we need to look at is when I am doing these one-on-ones, it is tailored to you. It is not a one-size-fits-all. You get what you need. You can choose from a 3-month program, or you can choose from a single 1-month program. In each program, you'll get some one-on-one access to me. You'll get custom rituals designed by me, and I will do what I can to unblock you, to clear your energy using some techniques I have learned recently. And we're going to go through things like the lesser banishing of the pentagram, my version of it, not the version used by other people. I have modified it, so it's a little bit easier, but still just as effective. All right, enough of that. Dimensions, vibrational levels, ice, water, and vapor. Let's take a look at a piano keyboard. That is our dimensional space. However, the keyboard on a piano is missing keys 89 through 144. But basically, in our dimension, we vibrate. We vibrate at a certain level and a certain rate. And then when you look at that vibration, it corresponds to the third key from the bottom on the piano. I'm not talking about the black keys. I'm talking about the white keys. You'll notice that there is an overtone with the third dimension, and that's an access step that people in the second dimension use to access the third dimension. But when you tap on that key, that is our dimension. When you go up 2 keys to the 5th key, it's actually the 5th dimension, and that 5th dimension is our normal state, what we call our afterlife. A majority of us spend most of our time there when we are not incarnated into the 3rd dimension. The 4th key up, the 4th dimension, is basically our astral space. This is where we can raise our dimension through we can raise our vibrational awareness by going into an altered state and rising ourselves up in such a way as we can access the information in the astral. We can astral project. We go there naturally when we dream. When I do readings on people, I will go into a trance state which allows me to access information in the 4th dimension, at which point I can start talking to your guides, your past loved ones that are there, and that's where we spend a lot of our dream time as well. See, our afterlife home and who we really are, it was shown to me, I'd say maybe 15 years ago. Yeah, that'd be about right. 15 years ago in a series of books, and I'll put the link below, in which they talk about how our race, the human race, the explorer race, we resided a lot higher than we are right now. We were up there around the 144th dimension. One dimension higher is the dimension of the Creator. And I was shown our space again as a reminder. I was shown that in March. So what had happened to us is that we were all part of an experiment, and we translated ourselves down lower and lower and lower until we ourselves were in the second dimension, the one lower than we are now. Very, very dense energy, very, very dark energy. And then we translated back up into this dimension to create physical selves that would house our true essence or our spirit. And then when we are finished with this particular physical incarnation, we cast it aside. We translate up 2 dimensions into our 5th dimensional level of existence. But this isn't our natural state. This isn't our natural bodies. We're here at the request of the Creator to be able to deal with some experiments that we're doing. A lot of people call it the Earth School, and yes, this is a good space for those who are not quite at the natural 144th level, but they wish to attain that. And so there are people here working on that themselves. I do have to point out there's no such thing as a baby soul. Before you incarnate into our dimension, you have to have some experience in the physical realm. So you would incarnate on other planets that exist also in the 3rd dimension. The difference between this planet and the others is that you have access on the other planets naturally to the 4th and 5th dimensional level, so you can access your own Akashic records or your own soul memories, and you exist and you work there, you deal with a physical body, and then it's time to move into the Earth dimension. And at that point, I guess the difference is kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd grades, things are relatively easy on the students, and then you're kicked up. Well, here, we are basically postdoctoral students, and it's very, very difficult here. Those of us, of which there are quite a few, who have done multiple and multiple dimensions across multiple timelines, across multiple areas in space and time. We've been here quite a bit, and we're here to guide you, if you'll listen to us. Okay, so what else can happen in the 4th and 5th dimensional space? Well, I have been told that the extraterrestrial intelligences who have advanced space travel will use the 4th dimension as a way to travel from one side of the galaxy to the other, because when you're in that dimensional space, you focus on where it is you wish to be, and in the blink of an eye, you're there. The physical limitations of our dimension space do not exist in the 4th and 5th dimensions. So technological civilizations that are well beyond here on the Earth, they have ships that will translate through our dimensional space really, really quick, but they have to adhere to our laws of physics. And then they'll translate into the 4th or 5th dimensions to go across from star to star or from galaxy to galaxy. So, as an airplane flies overhead, whoa, sounds like a Cessna. There's a lot of people who have different ideas of what our dimensional space is, but this is based upon several books I've been reading and my own personal experiences while in an altered state. And when I do a reading on people, or when I do medium work, I will access the next higher dimensional state in order to get the information we need, or to do work. I do a lot of magical work now in the astral space because I see it gives us tremendous results. When I do it that way, of course, there's no photograph I can share because it's all done mentally. Now, people will say, oh, well, you got to do the physical work. I go, yeah, you do have to do some physical work, but you have to do inspired physical work. You're not going to get out there and be busy just to be busy. You got to get out there and do the stuff that you have to do to get closer to what it is you wish to accomplish using magic. you have to be able to listen to the subtle vibrations that guide you in the action that you need to do. Some people will they'll just completely drop out of the magical aspect and start giving you very mundane things to do to accomplish what you wish to accomplish. I do that as well, but we got to do it based upon your spirit guidance. Okay, so that's it for today's episode of Confessions of an Online Psychic, episode 206. Episode 207 will release in about a week and a half or so, or as soon as I come up with a topic. Thank you for joining us, and remember, my one-on-one programs are only going to be offered for the next, I'd say week or so, or until I get the full number of students that I wish to fill up. If I get a handful of students on the 30-day program, then I'll open it again around July 4th. If I get students that are in the longer program, of course, that delays it. So reach out to me, use the links that are in this video to access the information or to make contact with me, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.